Behind him with Pritchard, Roberts on the right, and Jack Clark on the left.
Oh, Dan Neil in the starting lineup?
Yes.
Not your boyfriend 09?
Oh shit! Aye. Oh, see, we're loaded with midfielders. We're loaded with midfielders.
Right, everybody, it's the first match preview of the brand new championship season. It's Sunderland versus Coventry this Sunday.
Coventry is a team we know quite well. We've played them plenty of times over the years, especially when they got promoted and we didn't from League One. But we're not going to dwell on that because finally we are here. We are in the championship. Coventry, they've still got a good manager in Mark Robbins. Last season, they finished 12th in the league. So I'd say that's a decent season. I'll tell you what, if we finish there next season, I'll be over the moon. All we want to do this season, in my eyes, is establish ourselves as a championship club and then we can build from there. Coventry, they've made 4 signings this summer. The signings they've made 3 loan signings and 1 permanent signing. But the permanent signing was a free transfer, and that was Palmer from Bristol City. So that says to me that Coventry mustn't have a big budget, or if they have, they're just tight, basically, you know what I mean? The other signings they've brought in on loan is 3 defenders. So I'm guessing that must be a position from last season that they want to strengthen. They've brought in 2 centre-halves. Panzo from Nottingham Forest, and then another centre-half who we all know very well in Callum Doyle.
Right.
Callum Doyle, if he starts like he did last season, we know he started last season, mint for us. Hopefully he doesn't start as well this season. We've got key men, obviously the key men, but I think the key men that Coventry have got, they've kept hold of from last season.
That's exactly what I was going to say there, Stephen. I've seen a lot of Coventry supporters say it'll be a good transfer window if they can keep hold of their 3 key players. As Victor, apologies for this if I butcher it, Jacques or whatever, kind of apologies. He got 17 goals this season, and also Callum O'Hare. He's a midfielder, he's a box-to-box player, and he does defensive duties really well, and he can attack well. And they've also said that he likes to press high, so he's one of their key players. And there was another one, Hammer, as well. Apologies if I've said that wrong. Hammer. He's another one of their key players. And obviously, Gordon, he got 12 goals for them this season. Victor scored 17, like I was saying, and I think he was 7th overall for goals scored. So looking at it, if they can keep out of them 3 key players and add, like you say, they've had defenders, maybe a couple of more attackers in there, they've got a strong squad come Sunday, Stephen.
But I think I was looking at the league table from last season. Like I said, they finished 12th, and I think I was looking at goals for. They scored 60, but they conceded like 59, I think it was.
They did, 59.
So obviously they're quite happy that they are able to score goals, but obviously they must be letting in more than what they like, which is the reason why they've brought in 3 new defenders.
Similar to us, Stephen, they went up. They've consolidated a spot in the championship, and they're looking to press on for there. And a lot of their supporters have said they want to get in the top 6, which it's going to be hard for any team to get in the top 6 this season, I think, in the championship. But looking at it, that's what we need to do this season: consolidate a spot, and anything from there, if we can get anything higher than, say, maybe mid-table like Coventry did, is a bonus for me.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, like I say, if looking at the back, the position they wanted to strengthen was defence. They know they've got players who can score goals. They've got midfielders, like you mentioned, O'Hare and Hammer. And then they've got the strikers, which between them scored 27 goals, which is not bad, you know what I mean, especially in a tough championship league. So they've felt as though they're conceding too many last season. They've brought in new defence. So I think that a lot of Coventry fans I've spoken to or I've seen on social media, they've all said that if they strengthen the defence up, then they will be able to push up for the playoff positions.
And that's what it seems as if they've done. They've seen as if they've covered the spot where they thought they were lacking. And, you know, it's going to be a tough game. So moving on to Sunderland, Stephen, there's been a few bodies come in. We've brought in a goalkeeper, Alex Bass.
Yeah, which Paul's not too pleased about.
Do you know what? Listen, he's young.
He's only 24.
The reason why I was a bit harsh when I was texting you is because that I wanted an experienced goalkeeper in, and that's the only reason.
Yeah.
And with Alex Bass, the reason why he probably looking at stats, it doesn't look as good is because he's been frozen out by certain managers who they didn't like his style of goalkeeping. I have also seen highlights, and they didn't look good from the lad. But you can make anybody look shite on highlights.
If they didn't look good, would they really be called highlights?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No lights.
Well, I've read an interview that Alex Neil did after we signed him. Obviously, Alex Bass said he's over the moon to be here. When he found out that Sunderland was a possible move for him, he said he jumped at the chance and he had to make sure that job happened. Which means he wants to be here. Which means if you want to be, you want to impress and you want to hit the ground running.
Exactly.
Or so to speak. You know what I mean? Saving. But Alex Neil said that he fits the criteria of what we're looking to do and bring in young up and coming players that can build. And he's already said that his job now is to come in and push Patterson for that number 1 spot.
Aye.
Now that's fine by me, because I think nearly all of us are happy with having Patterson as our number 1.
Aye, definitely.
We're happy with having Patterson as number 1. He was brilliant for us last season, and he's been looking good in pre-season as well. If he's got now challenge, like actual competition pushing him, he's a lot older than what Carney is, and like he's got more experience, so maybe he is. And I agree with Paul. I would like to have had an experienced goalkeeper come in, but I suppose that's where the goalkeeping staff come into it. The goalkeeping coaches,
the coaches and that.
They can push on their knowledge, push on their experience, and then hopefully we'll have 2 good keepers battling for that number 1 spot all season.
That's what I was tended. I was overlooking the goalkeeping coaches in the sense where I was saying like I would like an experience. I did overlook them a little bit, but I still would have preferred an experienced one. And also it looks like any time now we're going to be signing Ellis Sims.
Ellis Sims, yeah.
Ellis Sims has looked like for me that's Agent Embo doing his job again. He brought Ballard. Well, I'm saying he brought Ballard. He was texting Ballard.
I reckon Agent Embo and Agent Broadhead.
Aye.
Because he's coming from Everton. He had a brilliant season last season at Hearts on loan. Second half, he was injured for the first half of the season, which is what stopped him going back to Blackpool apparently. But when he came out of injury, came back to full fitness, he went to Hearts on loan and he had a good season with them. Yeah. Blackpool fans, they thought they had it done and dusted getting him back. They were desperate to get him back because he was brilliant for them the season they got promoted when Embleton was there as well. And they're saying that they're gutted that we've got him, but they understand why he's chose to come here instead of going back there.
That's the thing. He had the opportunity to go in there. He's turned them down to come to us, which I always love to say that, when we're signing a player. And listen, does that mean Broadhead's not going to come? Who knows? But I wouldn't mind the 2 of them.
Exactly, I wouldn't mind the 2 of them as well. I mean, that Sims, probably what we can expect from him, he's fast, strong. He can hit one. He knows where the back of the net is, but also he's not afraid to try different things, which sometimes could be a good thing, but sometimes it could be a bad thing. But apparently, what we've been told is basically you've just got to give him patience to. I mean, we haven't even signed him yet, but we've got to give him a chance to get settled in and then let him hit the ground running. I've been everywhere I've read is just positive signs. So if we do get him, from what I can say, that's a hell of a signing that we'll have made. I'm
definitely happy with that signing, but like you say, I would love to see Broadhead come in as well as him, because Broadhead, he can play on the wing and all, he can come in off the wing, but I love to see him playing up top with Stewart. Hopefully that. But look at the way we're playing, the formation we've set up. We've only gone with 1 striker, to be honest.
But I think the way we've done that in pre-season is because we've only got 1 striker. So, but you know, Alex Lee's a master tactician. He's not afraid of changing formations. He's not afraid of making changes here and there. So, if he comes in, then we've got the possibility of having 2 strikers.
It would be really good if we can get them both in, done and dusted by Coventry. Will they start? Who knows if they're fit enough to? I think his Sims might be.
Yeah.
Broadhead should be. He's been training all the time with Everton, but I would love to say that.
But again, he hasn't been announced or out yet.
No.
So we'll have to wait and see. It's looking good. It's looking as though it is going to happen. But until we see him outside the academy or in the stadium with the shirt on, with the scarf, then it's not a guaranteed done deal.
Where do you think we should be strengthened elsewhere? For me, it's got to be full back. Like I say, for me, I'd like to see a strong physical midfielder. I know Stevens, you've said that we're covered. He thinks we're happy, and I would like to see an experienced championship player come in the midfield. And then with the full-backs, I'll be able to move.
I think you're forgetting we've got Corey Evans, who's an experienced championship midfielder, and we've also got Alex Pritchard, who's an experienced championship midfielder.
True.
Yeah, he's an attacking side where Corey Evans is defensive side, and then you've got young Matete, you've got O'Neill who'll put his life on the line, and then you've got Dan Neil, who is being tipped to be one of the top 5 young'uns to watch in the championship this season.
Well, saying that, saving your manners look like a bit of a tit, really. But no, I agree with you, but I would just prefer that. That's the only one player I would like. It's like a bonus, if he comes in, he does. It'll be great. If he doesn't, then like that certain player, it's fine. But we definitely need 100% a right back. I know Huggins can play there, but he's been injured a lot of the last season.
Nearly all of it.
We're playing Winchester there, which Winchester would like to be played in the midfield because that's where he plays. And Gooch, pre-season he hasn't set the world elite playing at right wing back. I'd like to see Gooch play further up the pitch, obviously, but I didn't think he'd get in ahead of Roberts.
Definitely not.
Roberts is nailed down for me. I think he's had a good pre-season, Roberts.
Yeah. Oh yes, he has, and he's looked lively. He looks up, and like we've said in our previous videos, and when we've done the live streams and things like that, this is Roberts' probably his first proper pre-season he's had in absolutely years with the team that he's going to be playing with. Right. So going on from that, then Paul, what do you reckon on the way things are at the minute? Because we haven't got any new signings apart from the keeper. What would be your start 11 for the game on Sunday, the way things are?
Okay, you put us on the spot there, like say.
Do you want me to go first so you can have a bit of time to think about it?
No, I'm not going to go into detail. I'll just quickly give you it. It'll be obviously Ross Stewart up top, number 1 goalie. Left hand side will be
Number 1 goalie. I'll go first, right? You've got to start with Patterson in goal, obviously. Trey Hume has to start right back for me, has to. And then you've got Cirkin at left back. For me, I'll have Dan Ballard and Bailey Wright at centre of defence. I was thinking about going for Danny Barton instead of Bailey Wright, but so because Ballard's only played alongside Bailey Wright in pre-season.
You're going with a 4 at the back?
4 at the back, yeah. Then Corey Evans and Corey Evans and Dan Neil in like a holding, and then Stewart up top with the 3 behind him with Pritchard, Roberts on the right, and Jack Clark on the left.
Oh, Dan Neil in the starting lineup?
Yes.
Not your boyfriend 09?
Oh shit! Aye. Oh, see, we're loaded with midfielders. Yes. No, I'm going to stick with that. Dan Neil.
Are you sticking with that?
I'm sticking with Dan Neil and Corey Evans.
I'm going again for Patterson, obviously for obvious reasons. He's our number 1 goalie. Right back, same as you. Try him, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He scored an absolute belter of a header in pre-season, and he's been doing really well. He's impressed us. Cirkin exactly is the same. He's impressed me pre-season alongside Dan Ballard. Them 3 players really shone for me pre-season. I know we didn't have the best, but them ones stuck out for me. And then this is really hard for the centre-back spot to pair alongside Ballard. Bailey Wright gave away a penalty. I know it's only pre-season.
Danny Bart scored an own goal.
Danny Bart scored an own goal. I'm going to go Bailey Wright. I have to. He, obviously, for last season, he was immense for us.
The way he finished last season was phenomenal.
Exactly. Then in front of him, I'm going to go for 2 like year 2 holding. But this time, I'm going to go for 09, which you didn't. And then I'm going to go for Evans alongside him. Further up the pitch, exactly the same as you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pritchard behind Stewart, and then Robertson Clark. I think that at the minute, the way things are at the minute, with still only having the 1 striker, I think that's a no-brainer. As long as they're all fit, Clark on the left, Robertson on the right, Pritchard behind Stewart. That's the only options we've got really going forward. Even if we do bring in Sims, which is looking likely, will he go straight into starting 11? I don't think he will. I think he'll come off the bench, and then throughout the season he'll make different changes, try different things.
The thing is with me, Stephen, my lineup there, I could easily bring in Elliot Embleton, the way he was dictating play in the last game. I know we got beat eventually. But
the thing that won me up about Embleton was his corners.
Well, his set pieces, maybe you put Pritchard on, Pritchard starts, you know what I mean? Because Pritchard wasn't starting the other day. So Pritchard would take set pieces.
Yeah.
But for me, Elliot Embleton, the way he was picking a man out, spreading the ball across the pitch, switch of play, it was good. It was just his set pieces wasn't really there. For me, with 09, I'd like to see him rather in a defensive role than an attacking role. But listen, you could easily put Elliot Embleton there, you could put Dan Neil there. Like he says, there's loads of players you can pick and choose from in the midfield. That's probably it for the lineup, Stephen. Who are you going again for the score prediction, I mean?
Yes, the score prediction.
The first one of the season.
The competition starts again. Now, we haven't decided what we're going to continue. Are we going to do it a full season, or we're going to do it about Christmas, or we're going to do it...
Quarterly.
Quarterly?
Quarterly. Every 3 months we'll have a look on it.
Right, how many games is there? There's 46. Right, we're going to start off and we'll have a think about when we're going to do it too. But obviously, as you know, the competition we did last season, which was my idea, I lost. So you was all saying there's going to be Sunderland duds jumping into the North Sea. Aye. I ain't losing this one, definitely not. On Sunday, I do think it's going to be a very, very tough game. Coventry are an established championship team now. They know what the league's about. Obviously, they'll be doing the homework on us. We haven't really changed much from last season, apart from Ballard. It's going to be a tough one. Do I go with my heart or do I go with my head? I'm going to say...
Couldn't tell you, mate.
I'm going to say Sunderland 3-1.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm saying Sunderland 3-1.
Listen, looking at what Coventry done last season, I know people might look at it on paper and think 12th, but listen, their problem was the defence, and they've sorted it out. And they've kept the 3 key players from last season, and they've added a midfielder into the mix as well. It's going to be much harder than what people are expecting.
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to be a very, very close game. My heart says 1-0 Sunderland, my head says 1-1, but I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to see a 1-0 to Sunderland on Sunday. Remember, if you want to get involved in the competition, you've got to comment on this video your score prediction in the comment section, and then obviously we'll mention you the people who've got the correct scores in the next match preview, which will be Bristol City.
And remember, this season we're going to be down outside the ground earlier, next to the Bob Stokoe statue with our mics. If you want to come and get on the channel, just come over, say hello. Even if you don't want to be on the channel, just come and say hello to us.
Aye.
If you do, we'll speak to you, get your score prediction, see how you're feeling about towards the game, how you're feeling about the season coming up ahead, and we'll get you on the channel.
Right. So that's probably about it for now, everybody. Hit the thumbs up.
And subscribe if you're new.
And we'll see you in the next video.
See you on Sunday, everybody. How are the lads?